Police has made a major breakthrough in tracing the killer of Marius Van Der Merwe, popularly known as Witness D, in Madlanga Commission. Many people suspect Julius Mkhwanazi, who he testified against, but the names unveiled has shocked everyone. Please watch till the end, comment where you are watching from, and don't forget to subscribe. Police have confirmed that they have identified 3 persons of interest in the murder of Marius Van Der Merwe, a key witness at the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry. Van Der Merwe, who appeared before the commission last month under the pseudonym Witness D, was tragically killed outside his home last Friday, reportedly in full view of his family. The identification of these individuals marks a significant development in a case that has captured national attention, not only because of the brutal nature of the crime, but also because of the testimony Van Der Merwe provided, which exposed alleged corruption within the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Police Department, EMPD. National Police Commissioner Fannie Masemola confirmed at a media briefing on Monday that one of the persons of interest had already been taken in for questioning. "We are confident that soon, we will register a breakthrough as police remain on high alert for those behind the killing of Mr. Van Der Merwe. Safe to say, investigations are on the right track," she said. Her remarks reflected both the urgency and the sensitivity of the investigation, given the high-profile nature of the case, and the implications for law enforcement accountability. Van Der Merwe's testimony at the Madlanga Commission was both harrowing and revelatory. Appearing under the protective pseudonym, Witness D, he provided detailed accounts of alleged corruption and misconduct within the EMPD, including claims that he was instructed to dispose of a body by the suspended EMPD Deputy Chief, Julius Mkhwanazi. Van Der Merwe's revelations painted a grim picture of an operation that began as a routine police matter and quickly descended into a violent criminal act. According to his testimony, the incident in question began with what was purportedly a law enforcement operation to apprehend a suspect linked to a warehouse robbery. What started as an effort to recover stolen property allegedly escalated into a violent and premeditated act of murder. Van Der Merwe recounted that the suspect had been tortured with a plastic bag, held repeatedly over his face until he could not breathe. The suspect reportedly tried to bribe the officers with $500,000 in cash, but the situation spiraled beyond the original scope of the operation. After the suspect's apparent death, Van Der Merwe claimed that Jocko Hainkom, a police informant involved in the operation, told the group that the chief will sort the issue. This chilling account suggested the presence of high-level involvement and a clear attempt to cover up the incident. Van Der Merwe's testimony did not stop at the description of the torture and the failed bribe. He also named several individuals allegedly involved in the operation, including police officers, EMPD officials, private security personnel, and the informant, Jocko Hainkom. His detailed account highlighted the collusion between official law enforcement channels and private entities, illustrating how deeply embedded alleged corruption could be within the structures responsible for upholding the law. Despite the danger inherent in testifying, Van Der Merwe initially declined formal witness protection. He reportedly believed that his status as a private security employee offered him enough safety, and that he did not need additional protection. Tragically, this decision may have left him vulnerable. On the evening of his murder, Van Der Merwe arrived home in Brakpan with his wife and children. At approximately 19:30, at least 2 men approached their vehicle and opened fire. Van Der Merwe was shot in the upper body and died at the scene. Remarkably, his family was unharmed, though they were left traumatized. The brazen nature of the attack has sparked outrage and raised urgent questions about the safety of witnesses who come forward in high-profile corruption cases. It has also cast a spotlight on systemic failures in the protection of whistleblowers and the mechanisms meant to shield those who expose criminal conduct. Many have described the murder as not only an attack on Van Der Merwe, but on the integrity of the judicial process itself. By eliminating a key witness, those responsible may have sought to send a chilling message to others who might consider exposing wrongdoing. Commissioner Masemola's statement regarding the persons of interest underlines the seriousness with which police are approaching the case. Identifying 3 individuals marks a critical step toward accountability, though the investigation faces numerous challenges. The involvement of law enforcement officials in the events Van Der Merwe described complicates matters, as it raises concerns about potential obstruction and collusion. Investigators must carefully navigate these complexities to ensure that justice is served while maintaining the integrity of the investigation. Van Der Merwe's testimony also provided broader insight into the culture within the EMPD at the time. He detailed how operations that were supposed to enforce the law and protect citizens could devolve into criminal acts when individuals in positions of authority abused their power. The allegations suggest a deeply troubling environment in which oversight mechanisms failed and accountability was lacking. Such conditions may have contributed to Van Der Merwe's murder, as those implicated may have seen his willingness to testify as a threat to their freedom and reputation. The case highlights a fundamental tension in the justice system: the need to protect those who courageously step forward against entrenched corruption. Witnesses like Van Der Merwe play a critical role in uncovering misconduct and ensuring that truth and justice prevail. Yet without adequate safeguards, these individuals are left exposed to retaliation, often from those they help to incriminate. Van Der Merwe's murder serves as a stark reminder of the risks whistleblowers face and underscores the urgent need for effective protection measures. The murder of Van Der Merwe also places pressure on the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry to ensure that its findings lead to actionable outcomes. Testimony such as Van Der Merwe's is essential to exposing corruption, yet the consequences of speaking out have now been tragically demonstrated. The Commission's work and the wider accountability mechanisms in law enforcement must be strengthened to prevent similar outcomes in the future. As investigations continue, the identification of the three persons of interest represents both a potential breakthrough and a critical juncture. Whether these individuals will be charged, and whether broader networks of alleged complicity will be held accountable, remains to be seen. Commissioner Masemola's assurances indicate that authorities are actively pursuing leads and working to bring those responsible to justice. However, the case also underscores the importance of addressing systemic weaknesses that allow such crimes to occur. In the coming weeks and months, attention will remain focused on the progress of the investigation and the potential legal proceedings against those identified as persons of interest. Beyond the criminal case, Van Der Merwe's murder serves as a somber reminder of the ongoing struggle to balance transparency, accountability, and protection within the justice system. It is a stark example of how individuals committed to exposing wrongdoing can become targets, highlighting the pressing need for stronger safeguards to ensure that truth-telling does not come at the cost of life itself. Ultimately, the assassination of Marius Van Der Merwe underscores the perilous intersection of corruption, law enforcement, and witness protection. It challenges authorities, policymakers, and society as a whole to confront uncomfortable truths about how power is wielded and how the vulnerable are left exposed. The coming investigation may reveal those directly responsible, but the broader challenge remains: creating a system in which those who speak out can do so safely, confident that justice will protect them rather than fail them. Van Der Merwe's story is both a warning and a call to action, demanding a re-examination of institutional integrity and the urgent strengthening of protections for those who dare to confront corruption head-on.